Good morning. Welcome to Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Mary Murray Shelton. I am the senior minister here at Golden Gate. And I want to let you know that whoever you are and wherever you may be on your journey of faith, you're welcome here. We're glad to have you with us. And we are a very welcoming and open spiritual community. So, whether you attend all the time or you're brand new this morning, we believe that you are here by divine appointment. And thanks for keeping your appointment. So, I'm here with Karen Drucker this morning. We tried to get Francine Huss online as our prayer practitioner, but that didn't work because of technical difficulties. So, it's just going to be Karen and me this morning. And so we're going to start off with a song from Karen right now that she started with last week. And you're going to love and enjoy this, I'm sure. There she is. Hey,
Hey,
Karen.
everybody.
All
Good
right, here we
morning.
go.
Good morning. So we got our own welcoming song here. So I'm gonna teach this to you. I want you to be singing and dancing at home. No one's seeing you, so just go crazy. Just dance, just sing, whatever. It goes like this. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. That's the whole thing. That's the chorus. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Let me sing this part to you now. Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you're going, wherever you're from, you are home. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Are you singing? I hear you, I think. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Now here's the truth of it. Whatever you've been through, you found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you've come home. You are welcome here. 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 You are welcome. All right, now say, I am welcome. And I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. You are. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. And we all are welcome here. Glad you're with us this morning.
Thank you, Karen. Yay. All right, everybody. It's time to take a deep breath and center in as we get ready for this morning. So, right where you're sitting right now, whether you're in your PJs or you're all dressed up, whether you've had your breakfast and your cup of coffee or not, just put your hands over your own heart right now. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes with me for just a minute. As we breathe together, we step into sacred time and space. We move beyond all the roles that we carry, all the burdens of the day, all the questions or concerns, and we turn our attention to the great creative energy and intelligence and presence of the universe. It is right here, right now, in each one of us. It is all of us together and every one of us individually. And that means that right where we are, there is light, there is love, there is creativity, and there is exactly the guidance that we need for this day to forgive, to let go, to enter into hope and faith, and to reconnect with the essence of who we are and all that is. So we do that right now together, empowering each other in the doing. And we claim it for this morning's celebration and for everybody listening now and in the future, and for all those that we hold in our hearts this morning with love. We are grateful for this time together. We're grateful to know that we're welcome, and we enter into it with joy and receptivity and celebration. And so we let this prayer go knowing that it is already taking place in us, for us, through us, and as us. And together, wherever we are, we say, and so it is.
I open my heart always knows. I open my heart and drop into my soul. I open my heart always knows. My heart always knows. My heart always knows. So sing that with me. I open my heart. I open my heart always knows. My heart always knows again. I open my heart, drop into my soul, drop into my soul. I open my heart always knows. Heart always knows. My heart always knows. Oh, my heart always knows. Let's sing it one more time. Drop in. I open my heart always knows. I open my heart, drop in, drop into my soul. I open my heart always knows. My heart always knows. And my heart always knows. Affirm it one more time. My heart always knows.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you, Karen. Love it. All right. So now, as we step into the beginning of May, oh my gosh, we are still doing our yearly theme for this year, which is 2020 Spiritual Vision. It's a challenge to enter into 2020 Spiritual Vision because what it means is that we're constantly refocusing on the truth, the spiritual truth behind the appearance, and honing that vision and trying to come closer to that vision. And what I find right now is that appearances are so strong and there's so many opinions and there's so much energy that activates me that I have to refocus often to try and come back to that idea of 2020 spiritual vision. The month of May, our theme is your heart knows the way. And your heart may be the pathway to that 2020 spiritual vision. So today, we're asking the question, where is the seat of the soul? You know, Gary Zukav wrote the book, The Seat of the Soul, quite a few years ago now. And I looked it up not too long ago to see where he said it was. And actually, he never defines a where. So I started looking at that phrase, seat of the soul, and trying to discover where it came from and what it meant. The seat of the soul, where does it live? The soul, is it in the body? Is it in the heart? Is it in the mind? Is it in the brain? Is it somewhere else? Are we all existing in the soul? Is there only one soul? Or do we each have our own soul? You know, like a number of people, I grew up as a Catholic girl, and everybody had their own soul, and you had to tend to it and mind it. But the ancients had different thoughts about that. The ancients believed that the seat of the soul was the heart. In Egypt, when the mummies were mummified, after they died, when people were mummified, the heart was specially treated and cared for and preserved. The brain was thrown away. Aristotle thought that the seat of the soul was in the heart and that the brain was a cooling mechanism for the blood. Now, then we got into the more scientific mathematical guys, and Pythagoras believed that the seat of the soul was in the brain and that that soul was immortal. So I'm not quite sure how that worked since the brain isn't immortal. Descartes believed more specifically that the soul was seated in the pineal gland in the very center of the brain. And that pineal gland has been associated with spiritual awareness in Eastern traditions too. So Joseph Campbell said very specifically that the seat of the soul is where the inner world and the outer world meet. Where the inner world and the outer world meet. And Gary Zukav basically said that the seat of the soul is not located in a place, that it is beyond time and space. It's outside of the space-time continuum. So that got me to thinking about this valuable thing that we've talked about so many times in so many traditions, saving the soul, redeeming the soul, the essence of the person. And it seems to me that, so this is now, having looked at all this and collected all this and thought about all this, my idea is that the seat of the soul is everywhere. That it is not bound by time and space, but that it is everywhere. And that when we go looking for it, we're actually missing the most obvious thing that's right in front of us. So I came across this little Nasrudin story. You know, I always like the Nasrudin stories, the being of crazy wisdom. And the story goes that the bus was very crowded when the little old lady got on, and Nasrudin stood up and she pushed him back gently and said, "No, thanks." And then he tried to rise again, and she pushed him back a second time and said, "No, really, I'm fine." And then finally, on his third attempt to get up, Nasrudin said to her, "Lady, please let me get up. I'm 2 blocks past my stop already." When we're trying to look for something and see where we're going and see where it is, we sometimes miss the forest for the trees. You know that idea? I go back to, I think it's "Oh Holy Night." There's a line in that song that says, "And the soul felt its worth." The soul felt its worth. The recognition that the soul is this much more than we are or appear to be individually, that the soul is the essence of the being. It's the essence of the person. We might emotionally relate that to the heart, and letting the heart, linked with the mind, be our guide, rather than the mind leading the way with its limited understanding. Letting the heart lead the way with the support and assistance of the mind to connect to the infinite. Now, Gary Zukav said that although the seat of the soul, its place of existence is not in space or time, he did say that our personality was our link to it. And that as the essence of the person through the personality grew and became more aware, that the soul began to know itself more and more. So in all of this, the universal message that comes back to us again and again is the value of the soul. The Jewish mystic Martin Buber said, "Every person born into this world represents something new, something that never existed before, something original and unique." And he said, "It is the duty of every person to know and consider that they are unique in the world, in their particular character, and that there's never been anyone like them in the world. For if there had been someone like them, there would have been no need for them to be in the world." Every single one is a particularity in this world. Everyone's task, everyone's foremost task, is the actualization of their unique, unprecedented, and never recurring personality, and not the repetition of something that another, be it even the greatest, has already achieved. So he's trying to call us back to this incredible something that we are. And it's more than our apparent gifts and limitations. I like to quote Brian Swimme. I attended an IONS conference. It was a joint IONS and AGNT, Association for Global New Thought, conference that was in Phoenix quite a long time ago. And he said, Brian Swimme, who is a professor of cosmology, "It's amazing that every atom of our bodies every atom of our bodies was forged in the fire of a star. We know there are no new atoms or molecules, that mass can't be created or destroyed, that everything that was created in the Big Bang still exists molecularly in atomic form. And Matthew Fox agrees with this when he says it has taken 15 billion years to get you here. That is scientific fact. We're not just the products of our parents. 60% of our body is hydrogen atoms. The hydrogen atoms in us go back to the fireball 14 billion years ago. We have been around a long time, and it has been a great birthing process, he says, to bring us forward. So here we are. Here we are. We have been created to evolve, to discover the soul, to discover the essence of who we are, the greater than, the mystery, the more. And it points us to all that is, the soul of all that is, which makes me wonder and ponder, could it be that there's really only one soul? Because we say in the science of mind, there's only one life. There's only one presence, one being, one mind, one heart, one infinite. And we are that. We are all of us the infinite, as Ram Dass would say. We are all of us the infinite appearing in drag. So we look like the many, but we really are the one. And when we come back to that, we come back to this something that is larger than physical reality, this something that exists beyond the body, beyond time and space, beyond the single lifespan that we're in the middle of, that we're sharing at this particular time and space. And so we begin to look at that and say, does the all in all value every part of itself? I think the answer has to be yes. Can you imagine, God saying, well, I don't like that one toenail down there, or maybe that hair should show up better, or that particular petal or flower isn't my favorite. I don't think that there's a self-criticism going on in the divine, even as it's showing up as everybody, everywhere. We certainly have those judgments, but the infinite, the all in all, sees the wholeness, the completeness, the unity, the oneness of all that is. And that is a huge hope. That is, as St. Paul said, Christ in us, the hope of glory. And it's not even a hope. It's really the truth, the something more, the something real. All the rest of what we see, all the rest of who we imagine ourselves to be and perceive ourselves to be is the temporary. But what is true is the eternal, the unchanging, the whole. And we, in our process of becoming more and more aware of that whole, are gradually waking up to the fact that it knows us and it knows who we are, and that in the universe, in the world, the deeper knowing is that wholeness that is in awe of itself everywhere that it looks. Franz Kafka said, "You do not need to leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. Do not even listen, simply wait. Do not even wait. Be quite still and solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you unmasked. It has no choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet." The world, as Franz Kafka is describing it, looks at us like a beloved dog, just rolling on the floor in ecstasy at our very presence and attention, offering itself to us for a tummy rub. The universe knows us, and the universe knows itself in us, even when we don't. And so there is something that is given to us as clues. That's something that exists beyond physical life. We have plenty of experiences, near-death experiences, hundreds of them over hundreds of years that people have shared that speak to the same kind of experience, the same kind of process. And we know from accounts of people in coma that there is something in consciousness that functions even when the brain can't, that can deliver thought and imagery and experience to the soul, to the essence of the person. That we are somehow connected in this physical experience to the soul now as we live in these bodies, but even beyond what we call the point of death. And our own founder, Ernest Holmes, wrote in his book this thing called You. Your union with God implies your union with everything that lives. Do not be afraid of this. Do not shun the thought of it. Divine union means union with everything. Dare to lose your small affection, and you will find it increased and multiplied 1,000,000 times through greater union. He says, you cannot plunge into the waters of real life until you take everyone else in with you. The universe is one system. Where do we look to find hope, to find encouragement, to find uplift when we're looking at appearances? Is it possible we're looking at the wrong thing, that we're focused in the wrong place, that as the appearances are overwhelming to us, we're missing that practice of focusing to find our 2020 spiritual vision? And I want to conclude this with two poets, Rumi and Antonio Machado, because I love what they both have to say about this. Rumi says, a strange passion is moving in my head. My heart has become a bird which searches in the sky. Every part of me goes in different directions. Is it really so that the one I love is everywhere? And Antonio Machado says in his poem, has my heart gone to sleep? Have the beehives of my dreams stopped working? The water wheel of the mind run dry, scoops turning empty, only shadows inside? No, my heart is not asleep. It is awake, wide awake, not asleep, not dreaming. Its eyes are open wide, watching distant signals, listening on the vast rim of silence. The seat of the soul is right where we are, here, now. We feel it in the heart, but we know that the center of it is everywhere and everywhen, and the circumference is nowhere at all. So we are one, my friends, in the seat of the soul. Let's rest there together. Namaste. And now I want to take us just into another moment of anchoring of this, a moment in prayer. If you close your eyes with me for just a minute, and let's know together, here and now, that in spite of everything we worry about, everything we feel burdened or stressed by, that in the very breath we're breathing at this moment is the essence. In the very heart that is beating in our bodies is the essence. And the moment we turn our minds to it, the essence rushes in to meet us. We let go of our attachment to the appearance, and we open our hands, our hearts, and our minds to the essence, the seat of the soul. We are grateful. We let this prayer go and we let it be, and so it is. And so now, my dear ones, we're going to take a moment to bring Karen back so that we can do a song that acknowledges our gratitude, a song that opens us up to the possibility of giving and receiving. And if you want to make an offering to Golden Gate, this is a great time to do it. You can use the free Give Plus app. Just say you want to give to Golden Gate CSL. And otherwise, do it in the way that works best for you. But as you're singing this song, just bless your gift and let this song be the blessing that we're sharing together for the gift we are and the gift that we give. Take it away, Karen.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Are you singing with me now? I hope. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Let's go to love now. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Let's go back to God. God is my source. Yeah, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks, yeah, for all my blessings. Yeah, God gives me everything, everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. All of them. All of them. God gives me everything I need.
Yay! Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. And before we sign off and go off to our Zoom social hour together, I want to tell you something very important. Usually, at the end of our annual meeting, after we've had an opportunity to elect our new board officers and everything, the members of the board that are either finishing their terms or resigning and going on, they go on and we acknowledge them in a special way, in a very special way. Now, we haven't been able to do that this year because we haven't had our annual meeting, but a couple of our board members have stepped down. One is Posey Lyon, who was with us this past year, and we're really, really, really grateful for everything that Posey brought as the representative for the practitioners. And also our Leadership Council president, Pat Sandry, who I think all of you know has been absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing. So I want to publicly thank her. And also I want to say that we want to make a big deal out of this. And so please send Pat your thanks, your greetings in cards, in emails, in letters, and we will do something very special for her as soon as we can be near one another at all. Hopefully it won't be too long until we can do that. So
Let's do this, Mary. How about this? Have everyone put their hands up.
Yeah.
Yes. And everyone sing this little part. We honor you. We see your grace. You live in our hearts. That's the whole thing. We honor you. We see your grace. You live in our hearts. One more time. We honor you. We see your grace. You live in our hearts. Yay.
Thank you, Pat. And thank you, Posey. And thank you all for being here with us this morning. Karen's going to do a closing song, and then we'll meet you in the Zoom room for our social time and prayer time. All right, here we go.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. That's the whole thing. Let there be peace. I am a stand. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. Yeah. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world. All right, join hands, everyone. Let there be peace. Last time. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Again, we are making a new world now. We sure are, aren't we? We are making a new world now. Yay!
Yay! Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Karen. And we will see you back here next week. David Roth is doing our special music next week. He's going to be
Great
doing that
musician.
from Cape Cod.
Yeah. All the
So
way.
we'll see you then. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.